Good morning, Anne. You're connecting to audio. Well, welcome to, hi, so happy you're here. Welcome to Setting Intentions with a Guided Meditation. I'm Charissa Sims. I'm a spiritual healer and live event host for Humanities Team, and I'm connecting from Lafayette, Colorado, and I have Garth Catterall here, my colleague. Do you want to introduce yourself?
I'm Garth. I'm from Oregon, and I am a video producer on the Humanities Team. Been around for about 10 years, so an old guy.
I would say wise and experienced. I
Okay.
like those verbs better. But, if you're talking about yourself, that's fine. Um, and well, if you'd like to unmute, you're welcome to. And would you like to talk a little bit about where you're connecting from and introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Annie O'Farrell. I'm in Nebraska, Bellevue, Nebraska, which is right next to Omaha. Homesick today, so I took the opportunity. So I'm just delighted to be here.
Oh, wonderful. So you normally go into work?
Yes.
Oh, okay. And what type of work do you do?
I work teaching a Montessori school, so I work with little ones,
Oh, what ages?
3 to 6.
Oh my gosh, that's so sweet. Well, they are blessed to have you as their teacher. So that's wonderful. And especially someone so awakened that's part of Humanities Team.
Yeah. I would love to be able to talk to them about it, but I really can't because we're a non-denominational school, and
Right.
so it's very yeah, that's a challenge that I can't really bring that into my work. So
Right, right. Could you work around it? I don't want to get you in trouble, but saying something like, you have the power within you. Can you feel it?
we do talk.
You do
Yes.
that. Okay. That's so cute. I love it when kids usually are teaching me these days. They're so like, wow, reincarnated Buddhas.
They have a lot of wisdom.
They do. It's like when I take the time to really talk to kids and listen, I'm just like, wow, that was really profound. And so wonderful. Well, you can at least guide them and inspire them to be the next leaders of this world as we're stepping into the divine feminine, not not meaning that men have to step aside, but that they allow for their feminine also to come through of Lord more allowing and all of that instead of push, push, push. Yeah, and because we're both masculine and feminine. Yeah, what do you think about that, Garth?
Absolutely.
That's good. I love that Garth agrees with me most of the time. So I think when he doesn't agree with me, he just keeps quiet. Is that true? Okay. So
It all depends on how um, important or what's the word I'm looking for? Um, my opinion is,
yeah,
if it's worth anything or not.
yeah. So sometimes we'll do walkthroughs together and he's very knowledgeable about the platform and chime in. So today we're going to be talking about intentions. And Annie, I was just wondering if you had any intentions that are in your heart or that you were thinking about when you decided to come to this workshop?
Um, I have a family situation going on that's kind of heavy on my heart, and just wanting to be open to um, the possibilities for good. I do believe that things that good comes out of things that are seemingly horrible, bad, difficult, and but in this particular situation, it involves a little granddaughter, so it's I know I needed something extra today.
Oh, honey, yes. And sending you so much love. And it does take a wise soul to see the good in something that seemingly is bad, or that we label it bad, or in the 3D world, it is bad. It really is. And but, can we shift to the soul perspective? So the soul perspective, and what I like to call that, is the eagle looking above. Okay, what is the big picture? What are the greater lessons that are going to be coming out of this for this child or the person involved? What was their soul agreement before they came to this planet? So a lot of times, the seemingly negative people in our lives, we could be best friends in the soul realm, setting the agreement, saying, okay, I'm going to do this for you so that you can expand your heart, so that you can learn to forgive even more. And then especially when it's, well, anyways, it's hard when it's happening to us, but it's extra hard if it's happening to a child or someone like really close to us. So I have that problem a lot, shifting that perspective. Because I mean, you're compassionate and you love, right? So deeply. But it's so interesting that you brought this concept up today, because that's one of the themes of this time. So that's like no accident. And Garth knows that this happens a lot. People will bring in the themes of the week. Well, I like to talk about gene keys and Mayan cosmology of the time to help us with anything that might be coming up in our lives for us or for other people. And so I just wanted to welcome Debbie and Darla. Welcome to Setting Intentions with a Guided Meditation.
Thank
How are
you.
you both doing today?
I'm trying to connect, so I may be going in and out. It's on my end, I think. So
Oh, okay. So
don't worry if I'm gone for a bit and try to log in. I hope I don't disturb you.
Okay, well,
okay.
we can hear you just fine. So, we'd love to see you if it works out, but don't sweat it.
Okay, I'm listening.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming off mic too, Debbie. And if you'd like, we're talking about intentions, and if you had any intentions for the day, and we were talking about with Annie and Garth the power of shifting our perspective with a seemingly negative circumstance, looking at it from a positive perspective. So, did you have anything you wanted to say, Debbie, as far as any intentions that are in your heart that you'd like to express?
Well, I think one that comes to mind right now is to be able to answer your survey in a proper way with something that would be helpful. And I have all kinds of things in my mind, and I'm trying to figure out how to put them on there so you will be able to understand them. I think it's great. The celebration, I haven't got to it yet. I mean, there's all kinds of things. But I move with the spirit, so I know I would just have to deal with it that way.
Yeah, I'm sure
And
you will.
sometimes I think we need to push that away and do what we would like to do ourselves for a little joy, because I don't think it really matters to them, you know, with
Mhm.
the intentions. I think if you don't make it, you get your intention done and you decide to do something else, well, they'll still work it out for you. But we live in a different reality, so sometimes we have to be human.
Yes.
If that makes any sense to anybody, but
Well, thank you, Debbie. I feel like you're really coming from service and coming from your heart, thinking about humanities team. She's talking about there's a survey that went out to all the members to get feedback on what they like, what they'd like to see added, what needs to be improved for humanities team. So it's like, why not contribute to the future of Stream Plus? Because we're growing so rapidly and we may be shifting platforms and we want to make sure all of our members' voices are heard. So that's wonderful. And then you brought it back to yourself. So I hope maybe you can set an intention for doing this for humanities team and then set an intention for yourself, because Spirit loves it when we serve ourselves, because then we're serving Spirit.
see, this is exactly why I come on this format, for the support and affirmation of my own beliefs and actions in society. And, a lot of people don't have that support. They're very isolated. And I've worked with both, and gee, it's great to have the support out there now. I think many times humanities team doesn't, or they're underestimating their impact on the people that know about things that they have on their format and haven't had the comradeship to express themselves. And so I really appreciate you. You're a little crackerjack, You, I've been, I, if I keep making a list and the list gets longer and longer and longer as I get exposed to people, but you were kind of first on my list, and I haven't been avoiding you. I just have been trying to maneuver to get there. But, you're giving me a lot of advice today, and thank you so much for that.
Well, thank you. I've never been called a crackerjack, but I love that. Like a
Well, it's a main kind of, you don't lose your main, you know, you really are, that we're talking about Cracker Jacks. It's just crazy how your mind works. But, we used to have a box of Cracker Jacks, and you'd always have a surprise in the
That's
bottom.
right.
So that's what I kind of, I guess maybe that term came from. You're a Cracker Jack from Maine. If you think about it, there's always a good surprise in the caramel popcorn that's in the box, and you're the surprise. So I don't know. It's a kind of a loose connection, but
That term may be older than Charissa.
Oh, no,
it's a
I
lot
know
older.
it. I used to get the prizes. I know
I
Cracker
don't know when
Jack.
Cracker Jacks were made, but it's a good memory, good childhood memory, and I think
Yes.
that's another aspect. You bring the good childhood memories out. See, there you go. There's the tie up.
Oh my God. I didn't think I was going to get all this love. I'm feeling all warm and fuzzy. Thank you, Debbie. I appreciate that.
Now I'm going to try to hook up on my iPhone and that sort of
Okay,
thing. I'll
that's
leave
fine.
for a bit, but I'll
Yep.
be around. Okay.
Okay, whatever you need to do. Thank you. Um, did you want to comment, Garth?
I have a similar intention for
Okay.
healing for a friend of mine who fell down a flight of stairs recently.
Mm. Yeah, intention for healing. Yeah. And you know, um, intentions for healing are really powerful. I'm so glad that you brought that in, because Lynn Twist does a intention experiments, and she has the power of 8. And she's done experiments where everyone puts their heart into one intention, and they have measurable effects that that person feels it. And so that's wonderful, I think, to help in facilitating someone's healing, expediting it. That's beautiful. So much healing to your friend, right?
Yeah.
Your friend. Thank you for that. And Darla, would you like to unmute and talk about any intentions that you had in mind for today or for this session? Yeah, go
I'm
ahead.
still thinking. I'm thinking right now. I was just busy running around to get my charger for my computer. It's about ready to die, so I hope it doesn't. I've been having issues with it charging. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, that could be your
Um,
intention at first. I
yeah,
know it seems a little boring, but you want to
yeah.
have the charge.
Oh, yeah. I had it at the shop for 2 weeks, and he supposedly fixed it. So, hopefully, yeah.
Oh my
That's a good
gosh.
intention. Otherwise, I'm gonna not be happy. I've been
I think
without it for
so.
a long time trying to fix this issue.
Oh my
So,
gosh, yeah.
yeah.
Well, I think that's the most emergency intention. So we can think about that. But as we talk today in this workshop, you could write some things down of what's coming to you.
Okay.
Yeah, I do feel like something might come to you later on because there's a lot going on. You might have a little bit of a blockage because you're worried about the charge.
Uh-huh.
So once you get a little more relaxed and into a state of allowing, maybe after our meditation, something might come to you, and then you can focus your energy on that intention. And you
Sounds
can
great.
also,
Sounds
yeah.
great. Yeah.
Yeah, wonderful. Yeah, and even just that intention for now, like having your computer work and charge properly, it's
Yeah.
nothing is too small,
Okay.
because that helps you listen to us here, right?
Yes. Yes.
And I don't know what you do, but work, learn, play, all of that, whatever happens with the computer. So did you want to say where you're connecting from, Darla?
Palmdale, California.
Okay, where's
Yeah.
that?
It's in Southern California, about 60 miles from Los Angeles. I'm on the outskirts of LA County. Yeah. So,
Okay, is
and
that like
we're
on the
having a
way to?
heat wave here.
Out in
Oh
the desert,
yeah,
it's
it can
probably
get hot there. Go ahead.
105 there.
Yeah, it
105.
is close. Uh-huh. It was yesterday, I think 104. Yeah. It's hot.
Oh wow.
We're not used to humidity, and we've been getting a lot of humidity too. So
Oh
yeah, it's pretty
wow.
hot.
Is that close to Riverside?
Yeah, it's not too far from Riverside. My daughter actually lives in Corona, which is Riverside
Yeah.
County. Yeah, yeah, not far.
Yeah. Well, because I
Yeah,
used to live in LA, so I'm really familiar. I just hadn't heard of the town that you live in, but
yeah.
um, yeah, wonderful. But I lived more in the Valley, Van Nuys, that area.
Okay, we're not far from there at all.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
So wonderful. Well, thank you for being here, Darla, and feel free to unmute anytime you have a question or an inspiration or something comes up for you. Okay.
Sounds great. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome. And I feel blessed now of the temperature in Colorado now that I hear that Darla is.
Yes, I would love to be in Colorado right now.
Yeah. 'Cause we have a little bit of heat, but not
Yes.
like 105. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
So,
got a Colorado t-shirt on. Does that help? Does that count?
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
yeah, representing. Yes, thank you.
Yes, it looks nice and cool on your t-shirt.
Yeah, Oregon's cool.
Yes.
So yeah, go ahead, and if you have a pen and paper, you can write down some thoughts about intention settings if you'd like.
Mhm.
And I'm just thinking about wording your intention. So I'm going to wait for Annie to come back. I can give you, Darla, do you want me to mute you or do you want to stay unmuted?
Oh, you can mute me if you want. Yeah, it doesn't
Okay.
matter. That's fine. Uh-huh.
Okay. And then you can
Unmute if I, yeah.
unmute. Yeah. They have that power, right, Garth? Yeah. Okay. Okay. So in setting intentions, Annie, would you like to, how are you feeling? Would you like to use your granddaughter as an example?
Sure.
Okay.
No problem.
So what is your intention? What are you thinking is your intention? And then you can actually, when we figure this out, you can write it down and ground your energy and intention into it. So writing is powerful, speaking it is powerful. So all of that. So what is your intention for your granddaughter?
Can you just clarify for me first?
Yeah, intention is a
Right.
goal, a desire. An intention could be, you know, what is my day going to be like? I intend to have a day with flow and ease and effortlessness. So if you're talking about someone else, you might want to say, I intend for my granddaughter to see the light in this situation for the highest and best good of all. I intend for the best outcome for this. May they be enlightened. May there be healing. So think about think about the end. Begin with the end in mind. What is the feeling you want her to have? I intend for her to have peace and calm and feel and know that she is divinely protected always and loved by God. It could be something you want her to feel.
Yeah. Yeah, I would like her to feel safe and loved and that there is support for her in the universe, even if it's not happening in her immediate surroundings.
Yes.
I want the very best outcome for her,
Mm-hmm.
as well as for her mom and dad. So it includes them really. So I want the best, and I've said this to them, to the parents, I want the best for them.
Yeah. So this would be my suggestion, is to have two separate intentions so that you're really helping your granddaughter feel safe, loved, and supported. So I intend for my granddaughter to feel safe, loved, and supported always, or from the divine, however you want to word that, whatever comes to you. And then, so this is like a 3D intention, 3D world. You intend for the best outcome for herself, for your granddaughter, mom, and dad. So you intend the best outcome. So you intend the highest and best good for her parents and for her as they're going through this situation. So something like that. Does that make sense?
Yes, I'll write
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Yeah. So then you can write down however you want to word it, whatever's come to you. Just trust yourself. Trust yourself that it will flow in whatever needs to come out. And then you can think about it. If you connect with angels, or if you connect with God or prayer or something, you can bring this in. You can bring in these intentions. And what I say is, they're our super team. Okay. We've got like this team of like incredible. Oh gosh, now they're all like, yay. They're here to support us. The angelic realm. We've got our loved ones who have passed on. We've got God, like we've got goddesses. We've got all these divine beings that are just there to supercharge these intentions for us. And so that's like part of the reason why I like to do meditation with that, because then they can all come in and be like, okay, let's do this. Let's make sure that her granddaughter feels that love. And then we can just all send that love to your granddaughter. And I believe with all of my heart that she is going to feel it, that she is going to feel it through our energy. Oh my gosh, a rainbow. But I almost said double rainbow because it feels like a double rainbow because it's perfect. Thank you, Debbie, for bringing that in.
And rainbows, girl.
Yeah, I love rainbows. So, in rainbows, it's interesting. I was talking about all these spiritual aspects and our support because rainbows are a message, I believe, from the divine saying everything's going to be okay.
Thank you for the rainbow.
Debbie, you brought in the rainbow.
Well, I've got a confession to make. My house is such a mess. And I thought, I have to really have you know who I am. So I very cleverly put what was important to me on the top so that you would know who I was when I popped in with all these people that you have around. But it does have a very good effect, I know, on other people. Just
yeah.
a symbol. This is basically why I used it.
Oh, thank
She
you.
usually arrives.
Go ahead, Garth. What's
She
that?
usually arrives with her rainbow.
What did you say?
She usually arrives with her rainbow.
Yes. It's a hope thing, it's joy and hope and
Yeah.
all of that. And that's the way we should be heading, all of us.
And I think we need to bring that rainbow energy to your granddaughter too. What do you think, Annie? That's the hope that Debbie's talking about. That's like, yeah.
Absolutely.
I think that's going in on the intention, Debbie. Rainbow. Energy of the rainbow. So, okay, so do you feel complete with that, Annie? You feel like those are two good intentions. And it's my opinion that you don't want to do too many intentions. I recommend one or two to really focus your power on those aspects for manifesting, for giving them energy, and all of that if you're intending for someone else.
Okay.
So then, okay, perfect. So you feel complete. Did you have any comments, things you wanted to say about that, Annie?
I think it just it's kind of distilling it down to the most important thing. My brain,
Yeah, exactly.
this and that and the other, and what if this and what if that, and they need this.
Yeah.
It's
And,
this.
and yeah, you want to think of this funnel where you're coming down to the most positive thing. This is, you see the light. You see the light in the situation. They're going to see the light. They're going to feel it. Okay.
Thank you.
And so then you tune into that feeling as it's already done. And you can even sometimes people write intentions. I'm going to use you as an example, Debbie, if you don't mind. I am so happy and grateful that I filled out that survey for Humanities team with
That's a good idea.
with clarity and love and joy.
You can have how many pages on that? I mean, is there a limit to how much you can put in your little box is my question. I'm
I
gonna have
don't know.
to really
I'm not the one to answer
invest
that
this.
one, but I think you're just going to have to discover that on your own. A lot of life
Okay.
is you figure that out. And if you want, okay, I have an idea. If you want to write more, if you're feeling limited by the survey, then write a document, write like a Word document and send it in. Do you know how much joy that would bring our team? Dang, girl, that would be amazing. I'm not saying you have to. I'm not trying to give you extra
I
work.
had thought of that just a few minutes ago. Doing all
Okay,
that down cellar, yeah, come up and run up. Yeah. Okay.
perfect. Okay. So then that's another way you can ground the intentions in and manifest it faster. It's just like tuning into that feeling, seeing as already done, saying it out loud, surrounding yourself with light and energy to empower and infuse that intention. So, what's another thing? You could, if you have an intention that's maybe like more longer term or a bigger intention, then maybe you want to record yourself and listen to it before you go to sleep. You can write it down places. You can talk to yourself in the mirror. There's all sorts of different ways to energize it. So, so that's what I wanted to say. Did you want to add anything, Debbie, about your intentions or?
I think journaling would probably encompass some of it. I see Annie's books in back of her, and my thought is, I wonder what the title of those books are. And it came to me that she has all the answers in herself because she seems brilliant to me. I mean, she found us, we found you and Garth, who's a powerhouse. He's a quiet little powerhouse. He's like a furnace, I think. He just sits there and he's working, but when you really need it on, he's there. And he just kind of quietly sits there, but he knows his business. Well, she's kind of like that. She's sitting there knowing her business, but not feeling confident enough. But she met you, little Cracker Jack, right? And I think she has everything she needs just to get a little nourishment. And she could probably figure this out. And if she doesn't, you've got Humanity's Team. She can just come here with whatever the spirit moves her to do, turn it on and see what happens. Maybe there's somebody there that's speaking about just what she needs to know at the moment. That's the thing I find interesting.
Well, that's really insightful. You're being a little psychic, doing a little reading there. Thank
Yes,
you.
I guess I am. If that doesn't bother you, I
I
don't
think
want to.
I think it's fine. I mean, I'm speaking for Annie, but I think she can appreciate that you're seeing that aspect of her,
Well, everybody has a voice, and she needs to express herself so she can figure out what it is she needs to do. And she can do that in several ways.
Mm-hmm.
Like I say, coming on here, being with people that understand you, recognizing your own potential, which is a big thing with Humanity's Team.
I think so. Yeah.
Right. And that's what this show is, setting intentions,
Mm-hmm.
finding your purpose. And so, you're in the right place at the right time, and they put you there because this is where you're supposed to be. Isn't that right?
Thank you. I also I wanted to say, Annie said if you don't mind, I'll just say that you're home sick. And it's like, what a blessing to be able to get spiritually re-energized, right? They can go back fulfilled to be with the children. But she's a Montessori school teacher.
Oh my goodness, she's got so much so much intellect with it. All is
Yeah,
around that. I mean, you got
I
to
know.
tap into what you are so that you can really get out there.
Mm. Well, thank you, Debbie, for sharing. That's inspiring. What about Darla? Would you like to share anything? Uh, well, we've got like your intention with the power. Did you want to say anything else, Darla? I feel like it's a metaphor that with her computer and plugging in, we're going to be plugging into the power of divine to supercharge our intentions and manifest even faster. So I wanted to talk about, okay, I'm just going to mute you for a moment, Debbie, okay? Yeah, there you go. You did it. So I'm just going to be talking a little bit about the energies of the day. So I look at Gene Keys. You can go to genekeys.com and subscribe to their newsletter if you'd like to learn about what I'm talking about. It's based on like the I Ching, astrology, and one other um one other modality, but I just can't remember what it's called right now. But it's a combination of knowledge that he put together, Richard Rudd, to come up with Gene Keys. So it's from today. This new energy starts today, September 9th through the 14th. And it's Gene Key 47. And the gift is transfiguration. It's moving from oppression to transmutation to transfiguration. I mean, transfiguration is kind of a mystical concept. And this was written about as like the mystics changing shape. But one of the things as we're exploring the 47th Gene Keys, we're looking at suffering. Are you recognizing the positive of this suffering? Are you seeing the light? And that's what Annie was bringing in when we first started. So sometimes old issues from the past or from past lives can resurface for us, and it's a positive because it's an opportunity for healing. It's an opportunity to pay attention, to be present, to be that healing light for others. So instead of feeling overwhelmed, we can open our hearts even wider and embrace miracles, be open to miracles that are the light. Maybe it's just a little pin of a light shining through that darkness. So we sometimes have to go through struggles, and sometimes people's dharma is to go through intense struggles so that they can be an inspiration for others. And when I heard that today about the Gene Keys, I was like, wow, I wonder if that's me. I was my ego was getting a little bit into it. I was like, maybe I need to share my struggles more and it would inspire others. So it's being introspective about it too. The purpose of those struggles may not just be seeing the light. It could be to help others who are experiencing similar struggles and they think, "Oh, okay. Well, they made it through. Maybe it's possible." And lifting them up out of the darkness. So we are a collective at Humanities Team. We say we are one. And a lot of what we're feeling isn't only for us, it's for the collective healing and it's for other people to experience and learn from too. So, can we move through it? Can we fully embrace that struggle and love it, accept it, love what is, and then be on the other side in a really neutral space where we're not judging. And I have a particular struggle that I went through a divorce recently, and one of the hardest things was to be love to my kids' dad. So I have two kids, 9 and 12. And I'm like, okay, well, I need to practice what I preach about love and light and seeing the good in this. And so I kept loving him through this divorce, in a different way, as a friend, as their child's dad, and really appreciating him for what he was showing up for in the world, because he started to step up as a dad and lead more. And maybe because I wouldn't let him before, and now he has to be the leader for his kids. And so that was like one positive thing that I thought came out of the divorce. But I'm not saying it's easy or anything, but it's a continuous process of our enlightenment, our ascension is just like, okay, what is the positive? How can I rise above this? What are the kids getting out of this? How are they growing? How are they expanding in their heart for their dad, and seeing him in a different way? And then the other positive thing was I noticed that I enjoyed my freedom without the kids. So I was like, oh, wow, I don't have to drive around everywhere. And so I thought that was another positive. So anyway, you could look that up if you're feeling compelled later about the gene keys, gene key 47. And that's about opening up your heart to all that is, and moving from oppression. That's kind of like the victim consciousness, being oppressed, to how can you transmute that situation into love. All right. Now I want to talk about Mayan cosmology. And today, Mayan cosmology takes the day, so it's the 9th of September, and this is from 4pillars.net. So they take a number. So even though it's the 9th of September, which is a powerful number, sorry. They say it's a 7. So the numbers are a little bit off to our calendar. It's a 7 Ajpu, which is a gift. 7, when they're looking at the numbers, they take 1 to 13, and they're looking at a pyramid. 7 is at the top. So it's going back to the gene keys. What is the view from the top? How can you see the bigger picture? What is what is my dharma? How can I incorporate this purpose and live an even greater life? So there might be decisions about your spiritual path might come up today. Learning to see the good in all things. So I'm not going to talk about there's a little image where there's 2 sets of heroes, and but they're basically combining together. But it's also representative of an old construct dying. So it's what I feel is the patriarch society is having to die off, and the divine feminine is needing to rise. Well, it is arising. So the 7 can also suggest an end of an era, an end of time, end of the old world, and entering the new world. So, the lesson of 7 is to make decisions, and is that going to be of death or of finality. So, okay, is this going to be the death of this relationship? Is this serving me? Do I need to change something in my life so that I'm supporting myself for the highest and best good? So it's examining carefully what you hold as divine in the highest capacity. So make choices that are in alignment with that. So that might be addressed today. And also in Mayan cosmology, so we had the priests and the priestess, but they weren't only leaders, they were also very strong spiritual leaders. So they were said that connecting the heaven and earth, as above, so below. So that can be us today too. How are we grounding the information from heaven on to earth? So, okay, so that's it. That's all I want to say about Mayan cosmology and the gene keys. Does anyone have any comments? Okay. Debbie wants to
You're
say
right
something.
on, right there. I know with my life, you're right on. I don't know about Anne or Dala, what they think, but I can pick out pieces, well, just about everything, except the culture is not my belief on
Right.
this level, but I can pick something beautiful out of the cosmology of astrology and
Yeah.
the more Eastern thinking, if you understand what I'm talking about, and relate it to my own life very easily, and still maintain my beliefs that I need in this world on this level to operate and help other people. So nothing has really changed, but you've just given me more information. I'm not going to change my religion, and I'm not going to change what I think about other things. It just gives me what I need, that confidence that I need to move forward with my own beliefs. And actually, the facts, the experience of it, realizing that it is going to be a good day and that things are going to change around me. And that, you have to take a perception that's, a little bit more seasoned, I guess you would call it, than you normally would have.
Mm-hmm.
And so that fits me perfectly. I don't know if Anne how she relates to what you're saying, if
Yeah.
she,
Thank
so
you.
it'd be interesting to see what she.
Yeah, you want to hear her opinion. Thank you, Debbie.
That the first part you're talking about gene keys, is it
Yeah,
GEN?
gene keys. Yeah, I can put it in the chat here. Mm-hmm.
What you shared about staying neutral and not judging, and I'm having a hard time with that. I thought I wasn't judging some of the actions and the parents and the situation here that we have, but I have been. So I want to to be open, to open my heart, to be just to be able to be a channel of God's love without blockage, without coloring things through my perspective of what's going on, and being, am I seeing the light? I don't know who or where I was reading or watching something yesterday, and they were talking about the clouds in the sky, that this sun is always shining, on behind the clouds. So that was, I like those visual images, like the rainbow, and rainbows have shown up on some of the most important days of my life, maybe a double rainbow, has shown up a couple of times. and it's very powerful for me. But anyway, that's the part I related to, was being neutral and not judging, and loving my daughter and son-in-law for who they are, and knowing that they are perfectly imperfect, just like me. And that was another thing I just read. Like, I've been reading a lot of stuff because I just have to put something else in that brain, besides going down fear and negativity. But it was talking about when I see something happening to or somebody's concerned, to add in just like me, if they're worried about, they're stressed about this, just like me, and I thought that was very powerful. So I just wrote that and put it on my refrigerator. So it's a new little something to trigger that, to remind myself of our oneness and how we're all spiritual beings, part of the oneness, and not to judge, because there is, like you had said earlier, Charissa, there is a purpose in all of this, and there's, good is, it's all going to be worked out for the good. It's just kind of a struggle to see it today.
Mm,
Can I just add one other thing
Yeah.
too? An intention, and I tend to think about others more than I do about myself. And I'm just saying that in a humble way, not, but I intend to, I would like to set an intention for me to heal from COVID. So this is my first time having it, so it's kind of scary, and I don't know when, it's going to
mm.
happen. So if that's not too many intentions for one day.
No, I think it's fine, especially it's for yourself, to bring in that healing energy. And sometimes we can get sick because our focus is so much outside of ourselves that we're not taking care of ourselves. But I'm not saying that's true for you, but I'll just say you look amazing for having COVID. I don't know what someone looks like having COVID, but anyway. Look very good. I mean, maybe you don't feel so hot, but go ahead.
Haven't had a bad case, so I'm very grateful for that.
Yes, that's what I'm
just
saying. You are blessed
Thank you.
I mean, you can have, I guess, a worse version of COVID or something. It could be a lot worse. So I'll just say, I feel like you are blessed, and you can do that healing. You can set that intention for healing. So, well, I would like to do a quick meditation in our last 7 minutes. So, I'll probably just end the meeting right after that, but feel free to write in any feedback or connect with me another time. All right. So if you'd like to, great. If you would like to turn off your video, you're welcome to, or you can keep your video on, whatever you feel called to do in this moment. And we really want to, so I'm not seeing the original sound. Sometimes I have that button, but not today. I don't have it. So that's fine. All right. Now I would encourage you to get into a comfortable position for a meditation. And we're just creating a gold amethyst bubble around us in our group. And that rainbow wants to come in, that rainbow energy. So just visualizing the full spectrum of the rainbow, protecting us, giving us hope, helping us remember our own divinity. To see the positive in all situations. And now I would just invite you to call on whatever you believe in, God, angels, Jesus, calling on ascended masters, Jesus, Buddha, Ukadini, Akaya. Kuan Yin wants to come in. Some of the goddess energy is wanting to come in. And angels, you can call on your guardian angel, any other angels that would like to come in. We're calling on maybe our ancestors, any helper angels, all beings in the spirit realm for our highest and best good. You may come in and they're going to help us with our intentions, manifesting our intentions in this world. So I want you to think about your intention. You can even say it out loud. You don't have to worry or mute it. And bring that intention into your heart. And just feel that intention already done. What are you doing? What are you wearing? Who do you need to become in order for this to become manifest? Bringing that intention into your heart. And we're also going to do some healing. We're going to, if you'd like, you can put your hands out and we're going to send healing energy to Garth's friend who fell off the ladder. May he heal for the highest and best good. His healing journey is his own. Whatever happens, may he be divinely guided and heal rapidly. And next, we're going to send healing energy to Annie and just see her as healed from COVID. And it is done. Ukinitikaya shitakuya. Then sending healing energy to Annie's granddaughter, Uyitikashitia, and her granddaughter's family, mom and dad. And next, bringing that energy back in to your heart. Thinking about your intention again, or intentions. May all of these intentions become manifest in our reality for our highest and best good. We know it is done. Just feel that. Angels, ascended masters, God, Jesus, Buddha, all that came in for this healing today, please help these intentions become manifest, because you know our intention is pure. We want the best for all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, please return all the angels, guides, ascended masters, guardian angels, any other light beings that joined us in this healing, please return. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And calling your energy back to you as a golden ball of light, seeing this golden ball come through your crown chakra through your head, down through the cells of your body, down through the feet. Good. And I'm calling my energy back to me, collapsing the gold amethyst ball and the rainbow, thanking the rainbow for its energy, its hope, and its love. Now you can slowly come back from this brief meditation by stretching, moving your arms, your fingers, your neck. Ah. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. And thank you so much, each and every one of you, those that are here in the workshop today, Darla, Debbie, and Annie, and those listening to the recording. Many blessings on your journey. Bye, everyone.